All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chid from Green and Eagle Eye coming to you again with a brand new, well, I say a brand new, a little something different today. We're going to go with a mid-season review. It's the end of the year. This is a time of year when you get a little bit thoughtful, you drink a little bit more alcohol, you start getting a bit pensive, and you get a bit more miserable. Basically, it's a life of an Arsenal fan, except it's on New Year's Eve. So it's a little bit more, you have a little bit more thought going into it. So I figured let's do a video for it. So joining me today is, I'll introduce them one by one. Say hello to the people. Ola.
How you doing, people? Thanks for having us back again for this 2017 wrap-up, I'm going to call it. So, yeah, it's good to be hanging out with my friends out here. And, yeah, let's get this show on the road. And
also joining me is Mr. Lee Gunner, or apparently the new face of the
like, Sky Sports needs to be paying me, man. Fucking, they didn't even ask to use my pictures. Do you know what I mean? Disgraceful behaviour. I still haven't even seen that program, by the way. So yeah, I need to.
No, neither have I. I just saw the pictures go around Twitter, and
yeah, that's how I found out.
Also, just because I kept having so many people say, "When are you going to get KennyKen on? When are you going to get KennyKen on? When are you going to?" I'm like, all right, blimey. So I brought KennyKen on. Say hello to the people, KennyKen.
Thank you very much for having me on. It's an honour. Enjoyed myself. You know, like I said, look forward to this debate. Ola and Lee. You know, like I said, Lee is the face of the Wenger out brigade. I'm too old to be dodging the bullets.
You're my bodyguard, man.
Was when I was well, Kangs and like all the abuse comes out. I'll just get my and actually I'll sort you out, help you out, Lee.
Cheers, mate.
Well, before we dive into this thing, let me ask you guys: you got any plans for New Year's Eve? We're getting closer and closer.
New Year's Eve is all about setting some resolutions that I never keep to. So, but I'm gonna make them anyways. It's all about getting them W's this year. Well, next year, man. You know what I mean? Set yourself some targets, aim for them, and try and tick them off as much as you can. And that's always the plan for a new year. So that's what I'm aiming to do again this year.
Okay. Lee, what are you doing for New Year's? I can't imagine it will be a quiet one with the missus.
No, I'm going to be in West Brom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Sky Sports or BT, whatever fucking channel it's on, decided it'd be really funny to nudge it back to New Year's Eve at 4:30. Thanks for that. So by the time I get back, it'll be about 10 o'clock. And then I'll be going around my sister's, where my missus and my little one will be anyway. So yeah, we'll see the new year in. And then back to work on the 2nd, mate.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. I'm with you there. And how about yourself, KennyKen? Any plans for New Year's?
Well, I'll be obviously watching football, watching the Arsenal game on TV this time, and just have quite a meal with the family, wife and kids, and then in terms of New Year's resolution, you always do the new resolution anyway. Like when people have New Year's resolution, they say, "Oh yeah, I must get a gym membership." Well, I've got that one already, so I don't need that New Year's resolution. I like Arsenal to win the Europa League, to finish as high as we can and get Champions League football. I think we'll get back better players, but let's talk about 2017 with you, eh?
Okay. All right. Well, let's. I suppose that is a really good segue. Actually, I was going to do that at the end, but let me get an idea of what your hope for 2018 will be going forward for Arsenal. So, Lee, what would your hope be for Arsenal in 2018?
The Wenger fucks off. That's the first hope. The second hope is that he takes all the bang average footballers we got at our football club with him. And then after that, Stan Kroenke sells up to Usmanov. They're my three hopes, or three main hopes. because as far as I'm concerned, as long as he's in charge, we ain't going anywhere fast. So, you know, we'll have good days and we'll have really bad days. We're not gonna, you know, I'm looking at Man City so jealous right now, knowing that we could have had Pep Guardiola as our manager, but we passed up that opportunity because one greedy bastard decided to stay. And it's quite sad, really. I mean, if you've got a season ticket for Man City, you must be knocking one out going there every week. Do you know what I mean? You must be, like, innit? You must be turning up thinking, like, how many are we going to score? 5, 6? Do you know what I mean? It's fantasy football, isn't it? And, you know, I hope they don't go unbeaten all season. But then, in a way, because I hate Wenger so much, I kind of hope they do and smash our points total. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, but wouldn't it be funny if they won every single game apart from the game they've dropped 2 points in against Everton? Yeah, and that would be some achievement.
180 points there. You know what? We got 18 games left. 8 points. So if we had on another, so it's 54. Oh my God, we're talking 112 points.
Yeah. Do you know what the mad thing is? I heard a stat yesterday on the radio, right? They can lose every single game between now and February and still be top of the league. Yeah, Pep's been here 18 months and turned it into a farmers league, isn't he? Right, and he has though, isn't he? And I look at it, and yeah, whilst we're not competing with Man City, nobody's competing with Man City right now. They've got the best manager in the world, and he is proving that. But I'd at least like us to compete with everyone else, and we ain't doing that really. You know, we've got Burnley right on our tails. We've got Tottenham around us. You know, we're shit away from home. You know, our players 1 week look fantastic, the next 3 weeks look bang average, and that's not what this football club should be about. So yeah, my hopes are as I listed, and yeah, it's all doom and gloom, isn't it?
They wouldn't expect anything less, don't worry. And Ola, how about yourself? What would your hope be for 2018?
Win the league, but we're not going to do it, are we?
Realistic hopes, though, man. Realistic.
No. Well, you know, when you say hopes, you know, all we can do is hope in it, and then whatever happens, happens. Because in football, there's still certain things that it's not impossible. Nothing is impossible in football. You know, people can get maimed. People can just all of a sudden retire for obvious reasons. Pep might just decide to walk out of Man City and say he wants to come to Arsenal. Who knows? But you know, it's all right to have pipe dreams sometimes. That's what keeps a lot of fans going to football games. You know, people like myself. You know, when I go to certain games, even though it looks like we might be dead and buried, and nobody gave us a chance, we still go. Remember Lee, FA Cup final. Who gave us a chance? You know,
nobody.
And that's why it's nice to pack drinks, because when you're a fan and you believe in football and you pay money to go into that stadium, thinking, you know what, anything can happen today. It can happen, and that's the belief that, you know, I hope keeps me, you know, wanting to go support my team and back my team. Realistically, we just need major surgery in the team. We just need proper reconstruction. Our fan base, it feels like I want our fan base to be up in arms again, like how we used to be before going to believing again, like we used to be before you know, entering into a football stadium. Now, sometimes you ask, what's the score going to be, or how are you feeling about a game, and people are unsure. You know, before we used to be cocksure going into certain fixtures. Now, you know, that game there against Crystal Palace yesterday, you ask people, and even yourself in your preview, you said you hate this fixture. You know, before I bet you would have been licking your lips, rubbing your hands, like, you know what, guaranteed 3 points today. But,
it's just nothing's guaranteed. I mean, you mentioned Palace. I know I'll come back to Kenny and Lee in a minute, because I've heard a little bit about what they thought about yesterday's game.
Yeah.
But how did you feel, Ola, about yesterday's game? at Crystal Palace.
I'm-
Were you
I-
confident in the
I
game?
went- I-
How do you
I
feel
went-
we performed?
I went confident going into the game because you never know what Arsenal you're gonna get. And you know, somebody's just said just now that under Wenger there's no hope. And that is true. And that's how numb we've become to this actual phenomenon called Wenger. Because right now everybody is just accepting it and just dealing with it. It's past tolerating it. We're just enduring it now. And that's part of the feeling you take into a game like Crystal Palace game yesterday. I went confident that we're going to come out with 3 points, but you just live in the hope and hope it happens. And obviously, with the performance itself, we dominated the game in part, but that's what you expect from this squad of magnitude. But it's the man and the coaching and how they execute what we go out to do. That's what's killing our team at the moment, you know. And it hurts me to say it, but Wenger is not getting the utmost out of these players. We're just trotting along at the moment. Yeah, we're getting 3 points. Lee said earlier on, and I agree with him. Third away victory this season. How is that even acceptable? Years ago, we wouldn't have been accepting that. You know what I mean? But we just enduring it now, and we shouldn't have to for the amount of money that we pay in ticket prices to go watch our team. You know, you pay big money to go and watch Lee, tell me or not, £100 day out when you go and watch Arsenal from Milton Keynes.
All day long.
Easily.
day.
When you got kids, that's not easy to put down.
No.
But you go out there and it's just dread that you have to go through motions like that, and the earlier it changes, the better, you know. And let's hope Wenger hangs that glove at the season 2018. That's the main thing that I want to see. Yeah, none of this respecting the hell out of his contract. You know, put down the managerial jacket, go upstairs, get involved with the club in any other way that you want to, but leave the managerial position to somebody else and somebody that can actually take us forward.
Yeah, that's well said. Hey Ken, how do you feel about yesterday's game? Not just what happened in the game, but going into it. Because as Ola mentioned, I was pretty nervous about the game. Not because we have this awful record at Palace, just we never have good performances at Palace. It always seems to be a difficult slog. And yesterday, like, despite what the scoreline says, to be honest, I felt we were pretty comfortable. Still stupid defensive lapses. But I thought as a whole, we were pretty comfortable. I don't know what you thought.
Well, like I said, going to the game, I must say that, you know, Crystal Palace have improved under Croydon Roy in terms of, like, he's getting on performances out of, you know, Zaha, getting performances out of Andrews Townsend, and he's getting a little bit more out of Benteke. And, you know, the thing about Arsenal is that it says it all. Terrible. And the only thing that's keeping us in line with the Champions League is the home form anyway. And that's what's actually the saving grace. And you're right, even when we were goals up, we were singing to their fans, you know, like a song, you know, like I said, you guys, we're winning away, you know what I mean? That's how it is now. From home, you've got to realise, Arsenal scared nobody no more. There is a blueprint to play Arsenal, regardless of whether we play a back three. Everyone knows if you get in our faces and get in behind us and have a little bit of quality up front, you can, you know, like I said, test our defence and score goals. And then what you do is that you go back in the second part of your game plan, which is to put men behind the ball. That back to front. They didn't get in our faces. They gave us way too much space, and they allowed us to control the tempo of the game. And I think Roy Hodgson must have got into them and gave some of their players a rocket, because what they did is they got in their faces, forced into their favour, and what will happen is they were getting behind us and they scored. And before you know, we got the second, they looked more likely to actually go ahead than us. And then we got the second and we took the game away from them again. And then they had the grandstand finish when he made a few attacking substitutions. Agree entirely with what he said. It was a very comfortable win. The scoreline flattered Crystal Palace. Totally. We had chance after chance in the first half. We had a few good chances in the second half. And I don't think anyone complained if we won out 5 or 6-2. That's how dominant we were. But there are concerns about our defending. Not so much the fact that we can't defend. We're not getting protection from our midfield. You look at the Crystal Palace's first goal. The bottom line is that I counted about 2 or 3 mistakes. The first mistake was the fact that the ball came over the top to Zaha, and then you had 2 players attracted to Zaha, which means what will happen is that one of the one of the centre halves is out of position. So what's going to happen is that when he's out of position, you need a midfielder to follow the run. And what's happened is that we're standing still when Townsend sweeps it in past Czech. Who's covering? Jack has nowhere to be seen. Jack Wilson's too slow. So that is a big concern, especially in on Sunday, and obviously when you play Chelsea, you are very strong defensively. So there are those things that we need to look at. And in terms of the Crystal Palace's goal in the second half, I wouldn't so much blame defending. They bought the ticket. You know what I mean? They're very good from set pieces. They've got a lot of 6'5" defenders like Dang. They've got Kelly. Players like that, and they had Tompkins. So a bit of quality. I don't begrudge them that goal because it was a quality cross. But I'm concerned about the protection we give their defenders, and that's what's happened yesterday. I was very concerned about it. But all Arsenal matches, and you're going to see a lot of that, I'm afraid, under Arsenal's management.
Okay, well said. Lee, I kind of know your thoughts. And anyone who wants to know Lee's thoughts about the game, go check out Gunnerbang and his reviews up on there with KennyKen, incidentally. But Lee, I want to ask you a slightly different question. So I must admit, when the goals were scored, I did not pay attention to this part until the morning when Sky Sports News were making a massive deal of the fact that Henry and Graham Souness were banging on about the celebrations. All the players didn't go over and celebrate Sanchez's first goal, but yet they all celebrated Sanchez's second goal. What do you make of all this celebration kerfuffle? Because I think it's like a storm in a teacup, personally. But what do you think?
I haven't seen like on TV what they've said. I've read what they've said. Load of bollocks, mate. Absolute load of bollocks. I agree with you. It's a nothing. There's nothing in it. Listen, why is a centre back going to sprint the whole length of the pitch to go and celebrate a goal? Why is he going to do that?
I just didn't understand it, especially when he scored, when he celebrated the second goal. It's like, well,
exactly.
Why are you trying to suggest there's tension?
If he hadn't celebrated the second goal, I could understand why they'd come out with that. Yeah, but he did celebrate the second goal, and like I say, why is you're 2-1 up. You've got to get your shape, your organisation, take a deep breath, reshape, get back in position, compose yourself. Why is he going to leg it 70 yards to go and celebrate?
Yeah.
I don't get why anyone would think he would. Right? And Sanchez was celebrating right in front of us on the third goal. Yeah. And, everyone's there. Yeah. And people are just making out. What the media are doing, it's not just Sky or BT, but all the journalists and all that, they're all making Alexis Sanchez out that he's the bad guy. He's caused a rift in the training ground, and there's players that don't speak to him, and because of his attitude. And fuck off, man. Listen, the guy gets paid. He's a professional footballer. He gets paid to turn up to training. Every single photo I've seen of him in training, he's got a smile on his face. Yeah. Every single photo Arsenal post, he's got a smile on his face. Right now, yes, he wants to leave. Yes, we want to sell him. Well, we don't want to sell him, but yes, he wants to leave. And I know he's going. We can all accept he's going. He knows he's going. But at the same time, he's contracted to this football club and he's paid by this football club. So if he wasn't being professional about his job, then I would expect our illustrious leader to drop him. Yeah, or fine him, or stick him in the reserves as punishment. Yeah, but that hasn't happened. So all this bullshit that the media are trying to create about Alexis Sanchez is this and he's that, and he's a bad influence and he's pissing everyone off. Load of bollocks, mate. Yeah, and I thought Thierry Henry and Graham Souness were a bit better than that, to be honest with you. They're two of my favourites on that side of the game. Yeah, and they both speak a lot of sense, especially Graham Souness. I think he's fucking brilliant. But yeah,
can I just chime in there real quick, if you don't mind? I mean, look, these guys have got a job to do, yeah. And I watched your video when the game finished, Lee, and you said it. You hit the nail on the head. We're box office for these guys. we are box office for these guys. You know, this is what they, you know, they find things like this. I mean, remember when Lacazette first came to Arsenal, and there was this big thing about Giroud didn't celebrate with Lacazette.
Exactly.
I mean, we are the only club that everybody watches the celebration.
Exactly. Can I just say as well, Ola, right? When Lacazette got substituted yesterday, has anybody highlighted how fucked off he was? He got substituted. Did they highlight that on Sky?
No, they didn't.
Yeah. He was screwing. He was screwing when he went off. Yeah. He was so pissed off that he got subbed again. Yeah. But come on, man. They ain't highlighting that. Yeah. They're just looking for the scapegoat that is Alexis Sanchez. Yeah. They're not scapegoating Mesut Ozil at the minute because Mesut Ozil's performing. Yeah. You know, there was a guy yesterday behind me, lads, right? Kenny knows this anyway, right? There was a guy behind me, yeah? The whole fucking game. He kept going, get him off! Every time he goes I swear, every time Alexis Sanchez, he kept counting. That's another 3 in the last minute. That's 4 now. Yeah, and I just turned around and looked at him and went, will you shut the fuck up, yeah? Right? and then Sanchez, he was an old boy as well. I felt a bit bad having a go at him there, but he was fucking right behind me in my ear. Yeah, just look at him. He should have fucking gone. Yeah, he don't want to play for this club. When he scored 2 goals, I turned to him. I said, "What are you fucking saying now, mate? Like, you know what I mean? And where's all the Sanchez haters? Right? Listen, Alexis Sanchez. We all know he wants to fucking leave. We all know he wants to go Man City. Yeah. If people think Alexis Sanchez ain't trying, yeah, you need to wake up. Yeah, because like I said, he's a professional. Yeah, he's trying too hard. That is his problem, right? Now, he's playing himself into good form by trying too hard. Yeah, in my opinion, he should have been dropped 3 or 4 weeks ago, maybe longer. Yeah, because he has been shit, right? But that ain't his fault. That ain't his fault. He ain't been dropped. It's his fault. He's been shit.
But I agree. Yeah, I agree.
But the manager should have dropped him, right? And the manager hasn't dropped him. And let's be realistic here, yeah? The last 2 games, I know we drew the one against Liverpool, yeah? But if he hadn't got that goal back as quick as he did, we probably would have lost, yeah? And he was the difference yesterday. So in the last 2 games, he's picked us up 4 points. So, you know, if that's Alexis Sanchez not trying, I'll take that all day long.
I agree. I'll go as far as to say this because a lot of people will be looking at me here because I'm a big Alexis critic. You know, Ola hates the dogs more than anything.
You know your own chick.
Ola, you hate the dogs more than anything. It's KennyKen.
Well, that's one way to get to Alexis City. You know what I mean? The dog.
Get the dog more than anything.
Get to Alexis.
So, for me, I will go as far as to say this. To me, the real Alexis turned up yesterday. He was, even before he scored his 2 goals, to be honest, defensively, I thought he was brilliant. The way he was tracking back, the way he was kind of edging people out. I was like, what? Where the hell has this geezer been all year? And that's what I want to see from Alexis. Even if it's just for a couple more weeks, fine, no problem. That's all I want to see from Alexis. All this other noise about celebrations and shit like that, as Arsenal fans, we can ignore that. And that's kind of my feeling on that. Speaking of which...
Can I just cut in?
No, go ahead.
Got to realise, right, is that it wasn't just Arsenal, it wasn't just Thierry Henry, Graham Souness doing the celebrations. I first noticed this on Twitter from an Arsenal fan. A problem at Arsenal fan. Now he says he probably done it instantly. He posted this on Twitter, and he did a periscope of Koscielny not joining the celebrations, and he's on the other side of the pitch, he had to score one goal. So, as much as we are going to criticise the media, mileage was happening on Twitter with a prominent Arsenal fan. Now, he did it. Now, he's backtracked now by saying, oh, no. They're all talking like waffle about celebrations. But hang on here. Your tweet after the game didn't say that.
Who was it? Tell us.
I've got an idea of who you're talking
I won't embarrass the guy, but I'll tell you off air. I won't embarrass the guy, but what's happened is that he managed to sort of, if we had a rewind button, you will find that he's changed tact. But when he actually done it, he, like I said, he was more than happy for that to be retweeted and for that to get a lot of likes and retweets. So he has to think twice and maybe pull back a bit, because he's now saying that slagging off the media for putting mileage in it, but he's the one he wasn't. But straight after the game, he did a periscope.
Well, that's Arsenal fans, though, isn't it? That's Arsenal fans in a nutshell, mate. One minute they're slagging it off, and the next minute they're doing it themselves. That's Arsenal fans in a nutshell.
I think the thing with football fans, you've got to realise, right, is that you've got to realise this. One thing about football fans, two things that they prey on of a player. One thing football fans don't like is realism. A swear word. So if you try to be realistic to any Arsenal fan, that's their defence mechanism. Have your own opinion. A lot of Arsenal fans as well. Do not like to keep it real. And like I said, football fans also, they are tired of the brush of kinsmanship when it comes to their favourite player and towards them Arsene. That's on their favourite player and Arsene is, when really and truly, first, it's your club.
Yeah.
Not Arsene's club. Alexis' club is our club. But I think in terms of the Alexis thing myself, there are no winners here. I'm blamed for what's happened. Alexis Sanchez, in terms of contractual fee, and Arsenal thank them for letting it go on, and the club for facilitating that. The bottom line is that it's clear that this days long that this contract extension has been on top for 2 years. And what Alexis has done, which is his right, he's basically said, let me see your ambition. Let me see your ambition. Then last year, I'll wait until the Confederations Cup. Then I'll wait for the Euro. Now, in terms of that, he's blameless in that fact. And he's 100% right. So look, you know what? Last year contract, we're a business. You're a liquid asset. Arsene, well-intentioned he is, has basically put his reputation on right to finish in the top four. We're not going to get top four football as we want. Obviously, Arsene's doing it for the club, but you and I know. It's the reason why Arsene is still in his job, because he's desperate to win the Champions League, especially after the fact that Jose's won it, Guardiola's won it, Sir Alex has won it, even Rafa Benitez has won it, even Di Matteo's won it. Arsene Wenger is here, and he will not leave Arsenal until that's happened, and that's why part of it is.
Fucking hell, they'll be wheeling, they'll be stuffing him and wheeling him out in a wheelchair. Then Kenny, fucking hell.
But that's the reality of the situation. Arsenal Wenger's always, his obsession has always been a Champions League. He's not the only one. Sir Alex's obsession was a Champions League. He'll win it again. That is why Arsene Wenger's still at the football club. It's because he is obsessed with winning the Champions League, and that's why if he gets top four, he's going to go up to Stan Kroenke here and ask for a further extension of his 2-year contract, because he is going to say, right, you give me the money, and I'll build give me one more crack at it. I'm convinced of it.
There'll be a melt.
Clear as a day's long.
To sign a new contract after this year.
There is going to be a meltdown, but the trouble is that there are people at the club who genuinely believe, because of what Arsene Wenger has done in the past, that he to decide when he wants to leave the club.
I agree, and I think that a lot of people would have thought that should be the case, but I think a lot of people would have thought he'd be gone by now. I think a lot of people didn't expect.
So sorry, Chris. Can I just say, right? I mean, obviously, I'm not of that mindset, yeah. Right? Just because you went unbeaten 14 years ago, don't give you the right to decide when you leave the club, right? And yeah, he's built the stadium with his bare hands and all that bollocks as well, yeah. Right, but a lot of people have been sucked into the fact that that stadium's paid off. It's nowhere near paid off. Yeah, as I've said on here before, it's £20 million a season for 25 years. Yeah, so Champions League qualifying, getting top 4, pays that stadium debt. Yeah, every single year. Obviously, we're not in it this year, so we've got to find that £20 million, right? But I've just seen an interesting thing. Somebody DM'd me on Twitter before I come on here. Chelsea fan, funny enough. Big man Kante, I think his at is.
Oh yeah, your boy.
Yeah, he's a good lad. Right?
Your mate, Chelsea, mate.
Yeah, oh, fucking hell. But let me give you this, rather than give you exactly what he DM'd me, right? Because I don't want to just make it up and get it wrong, yeah? Listen to this, right? This is all we need to know about Arsenal, yeah? Right? And this is fucking madness, yeah? Arsenal's financial statements have just been released, yeah? Right? Our total comprehensive income has increased, yeah, you heard me right, increased by £33 million this year, right? But our wage bill has decreased by £9 million. Yeah? So when you look at that, there's a £42 million difference. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we've saved 9% on wage bill, and then obviously made 33 million. So our wage bill was what, 192. So 10%. You see what I'm saying? We've got 50 million quid there. Yeah. So they can afford to write off Alexis Sanchez because they've already recouped the money. Do you see what I mean? Right. And that was the gamble I think Arsene Wenger took. That is, he knew that these stats were going to come out. He knew that we'd obviously made profit. Yeah, he knew the wage bill would decrease because he's got rid of the likes of Kieran Gibbs. Yeah, and Lucas Perez has gone on loan. I'm sure they're probably footing the bill for the wages. Yeah, and Joel Campbell's another one. You know, he was on loan for a lot of the year. But I think they were thinking that if they keep Sanchez and keep Ozil and they sign new deals, then great. Yeah, the revenue that comes in with that will boost us, right? If they don't, they're looking at it going, well, we've already got Sanchez money covered because we've made 33 mil profit and decreased the wage bill. Then if Sanchez does go, that decreases the wage bill even more. So we've already, do you see what I mean? It's swings and roundabouts. So yes, we've lost with one hand, but we've gained with two others. Do you see what I mean? Yeah. With Mesut Ozil, that's another one. Like, I don't know. I'd personally think they're both going to go. I just think they're both doing it in different ways.
Yeah, I've said that they won.
And the thing is, there's going to be a lot of 14-year-old fanboys crying into their Mesut Ozil pajamas. Yeah, when he fucks off, innit? Yeah, fuck it.
Lee, much worse. I said to Robbie, you know, into Arsenal Man TV, I said to him, be very careful at the end of the season. Because I said to him, in terms of like both of them leaving, there's a lot of adulation towards both of the players, especially Mesut.
Especially Mesut, yeah.
Now, we refused. People say don't sell them at any cost to our rivals, but when they go to our rivals for free,
it's even worse.
Anyway, we get no money. I said to him that love will turn to hate on a sixpence. I stand by that.
Oh, of course it will, mate. Watch when Ozil goes missing and puts in 2s out of 10s for Man United next season. Yeah, watch how quickly, mate. Twitter's going to be a meltdown, right? Because the amount of people that have got fucking Ozil, assistant Ozil, and fucking Mesut 10, yeah, Twitter handle. Fucking hell, they're doomed, mate. Their Twitter career comes to an end.
I do get the impression that he's flirting. He's really flirting. Like, you do get the impression that he's just playing all parties against each other.
Of course he is. Listen, mate.
He secretly told Wenger, yeah, don't worry, I've got you. Meanwhile, he's trying to usher in Barcelona officials.
Listen, a big thing for him, Chris, right? A big thing for him is number 10, right?
Yeah.
Because that's part of his brand.
Imagery.
Yeah. Yeah. His brand is number 10. Yeah. He's number 11 for us. Jack Wilshere, who we ain't even mentioned, is also out of contract at the end of this season.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's currently number 10. Yeah. So has he been offered a new deal? Has he not? Who knows? But again, seeing the way he's played this season, yeah, and I've slagged him off enough times over the years, yeah. Slagged him in the summer. I said, fuck off, get out. Yeah, what have you achieved? No, it's true though. It's true. But until this season, he's very rarely been fit. Yeah. And when he was fit last season, it was for Bournemouth. So what has he actually given us, right? This season, he's been fantastic. Yeah. And is he another one who's playing for a move, or is he playing for a new deal?
It's a fair point.
Well,
I'd rather someone play for a new deal for us than for someone else. At least he's committed.
Quick comment there for you, Lee. Quick comment there for you, Lee. Someone just said in the comment there, Ben Dovray. I'm gonna air you out right now, talking about Ozil is better than Bergkamp. You know, what the hell are you on?
I don't even know.
No, Chris.
I don't even know what you're
that. Go down because you're the admin, yeah? Go down.
You know what I mean? I might have to kick. What did you say his name was? Ben who?
Ben Dovray.
I might have to look for him.
More like fucking bend over and fucking
Don't say that again.
My gosh, kind of bullshit.
Well, at least he got his message read out.
Big up for watching, though. Big up for putting the comments in.
All right. Let me get a quick word before we go into like player ratings and stuff, because I'm kind of conscious of the time. I just want to get.
It's okay. I can do till 9. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you sure? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Lee's working overtime. Yeah.
You know, as the leader of the Wenger outs and all that.
Basically, get him started on Ozil. He'll make time. Basically, I wanted to get an idea of, just in a sentence, how would you sum up Arsenal's entire calendar year? Now, for me, it's been about the year of the contract renewals, from Wenger's to Sanchez's to Ozil's to Wilshere's. Next year, mind you, we still have Welbeck's.
Ramsey.
How would you sum up the 2017 year, KennyKen?
2017 year, it's when I think Arsene Wenger showed his future. And I'll tell you why. 2017 has probably been the year of process in Europe, fan divisions, all highlighted by the media. And there was a period around February and March where we needed a calming figure and leadership from our manager. And I know for a fact that if Arsene Wenger had made a decision about his future, whether he stayed or go, but if he said he was staying, and I know for a fact that would calm down the situation. It would calm down the dressing room, because everyone knows about footballers is that footballers love an excuse. It's never their fault when results go pear-shaped. It's the fans, because the atmosphere is poor at the Emirates. Or it's the manager, his tactics. Or we didn't know Wenger was going to stay. What Arsene Wenger did, which was unforgivable, is he gave the players an excuse for their poor performances, for their failure to get into the top four, for the situation, the debacle against Bayern Munich, and they're all going to point towards Arsene Wenger not signing the contract. Arsene Wenger had an opportunity to calm down that situation by making a decision, because we all knew, even when we were doing the protest, that we had a battle on our hands, because it was made abundantly clear by the club that Arsene Wenger has the decision to make, and he could decide his own future. But in the wake of all the process, the poor results, complete tension, and uncertainty at the football club, when he needed a calming figure, Arsene Wenger kept silent. When he was asked about his future, he played Tom and Jerry, the media. Also, what he did, is that when he was questioned, he either got aggressive journalists or not trying to make humour out of it. That is very selfish to a certain extent. you're not putting our football club before yourself. At that time, we didn't need Arsenal to wait and see the situation. We needed Arsenal to make a decision. The Carmen's dressing room. And everyone knows now that if Arsene Wenger had made that decision, I'm confident that we would finish comfortably in the top 4 in terms of that thing. Don't think we will run the league, but it would have stopped the tension there and then. And here's the main cause of that, and that's why it's unforgivable, this decision. And that, for me, when people say Arsene Wenger puts the club first, that is the biggest myth ever. He doesn't. He puts himself first. That's a fact. And I laid the blame on our failure to finish the top 4 and all the unrest at his door. At his door. Be it on his head. Off against each other. He allowed gesture attention to the media of the Sanchez situation. He could have put a lid on that. But he encouraged it and allowed it to carry on. He's doing it right now because both players are not signed a contract. So what he's doing now, he's allowing stories to be leaked about Sanchez's attitude to Reece or Ozil's attitude in dressing room. You think Sir Alex would have done that? The minute you said a bad word against a Man United player, Sir Alex would have had you banged from a cliff, training ground, or wherever they are, Carrington. He would have banged you. Not Arsene Wenger. He allows it to carry on. He allows it because as long as he protects his little reputation of being the king of Arsenal TV, the humble man, the man with class, that's all that matters to that man. And that's why I'll never forgive him for what he did last year. And I still stand by what I said about him. It's all about Arsene. He's a coaching myth, a career destroyer. It's me with that man.
I agree.
I stand by that.
100%.
Well said.
100%. Well, very well said. Very well said. How would you sum up 2017 as a calendar year when you take in from January from last season to December now?
Ola? Me?
No, he said me.
Oh, did you? Sorry, I must have cut out. 2017. I can't wait to see the fucking back of it, mate. The only highlight is the FA Cup win. Against all odds, we beat the champions in the final. In fact, we battered them. The scoreline again don't do any justice to us.
Absolutely,
we fucking Wembley, battered them. And when they equalised, and I was thinking, oh, here we go, typical Arsenal, fucking battered them. Now we're going to lose. And then Ramsey, and I stand by this. I'm going to get mugged in the comments for saying this, right? Aaron Ramsey will go down as an Arsenal legend.
I remember you saying it in your video. Okay.
I've said it on here before. Right, listen, we idolise other players from years gone by, yeah, for scoring in cup finals, scoring the winning goals in cup finals. Yeah, Aaron Ramsey scored 2 winners in 2 cup finals. Yeah, regardless of what else he has ever done for the club, he has scored 2 goals that have won us 2 trophies.
Here's the thing, though. Are you saying that that's what other people will think, or are you saying that's what you think?
Well, other people should think that if they class that other players of years past as legends. You know, I'll give you an example, right? Charlie Nicholas. Yeah, he's seen as an Arsenal legend. Yeah? Right?
Face when you say that. He's seen as an Arsenal legend.
Right? When we signed him from Celtic, we were like, wow, this guy is going to be fucking awesome. Brilliant player, blah, blah, blah. Champagne Charlie. He was fucking bang average for Arsenal. Let's be real. Yeah. Innit, Kenny? You see them days, innit? Yeah, right. He was bang average. He was the Mesut Ozil. Exactly.
But he was.
He was the Mesut Ozil.
Wow. Okay.
Right, but he's seen as an Arsenal legend, right? Well, Aaron Ramsey scored 2 cup final winners, mate. Sorry, but that's legend status. Yeah, that's legends. You've scored 2 winners in 2 finals that have won you 2 cups.
Especially when you've seen the drought that we've seen.
Exactly. He
For the length
scored.
of time we had
He
it.
scored the winner that got us out of our drought, and then he
Lee.
scored the winner against the champions who had created a record for the most wins.
Let me say something
Do
to
you
you
know what I
now. You thought you were going to get bashed for your Aaron Ramsey comments. No, it's the Charlie Nicholas one that people are pissed at. People are like, no, what are you talking about?
I didn't see Charlie Nicholas play. I'm not old enough, right? But Kenny see him play, and Kenny just said what we need to know, right? Yeah,
He did score against Spurs though. He did score a few winners.
he did. It was like Pires. He was like Pires always scored against Spurs, didn't he? Do you know what I mean?
It's their first trophy for 18 years, the Little's Cup final. Although one of the goals was deflection of Ronnie Whelan, but
Ronnie Whelan. Fucking hell.
And Perry Groves set up the winner as well.
Another one, Perry Groves. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. But where did we sign him from? What fucking club was it we signed him from?
Colchester.
That's it, Colchester United. Jesus. Well, he was living the dream, wasn't he? But yeah, the highlight of coming back to the actual question, 2017, the highlight was the cup final. Other than that, it was toxic, man. Like, last year against Palace. Yeah, fucking, you're not fit to wear the shirt and all that. And, West Brom away. Yeah, luckily I was on holiday for that one. I didn't even watch the game. That was the only game I didn't watch last season.
Living it up in Cape Verde, yeah.
I was, man. I was chilling. I was getting a tan, man. Do you know what I mean? I'm a bit pasty. Yeah. but I see our year. Kenny sort of stole my thunder a little bit with the Arsenal thing. Like, is he staying? Isn't he staying? That killed our season. Yeah,
it did.
Yes.
And he allowed it to kill our season by not nipping it in the bud. He could have just said, look, I'm not going to make my decision until I see where we finish. We're going to try and finish as high as we can. Instead, it was, I don't know, I haven't made it. Fuck off, mate. He knew he was going to stay. Yeah? It was a case of, if I get top 4, it softens the blow.
Yeah.
Because it's, we will qualify for Champions League, the fans will suck it up. Yeah. We didn't. And that's why there was such a fucking drama over it. But 2017, I'll remember as we got spanked by Bayern Munich. Yeah. 10-2. I'll never forget that. Yeah. I'll never forget that. I'll see it as the day that he killed Alexander Iwobi's career by playing him against Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Yeah, should never have played him in that game. Yeah, it was a game too far for him, too quick. Too big a game for him, especially when he hadn't been starting regular. And I'll see it as the year that he was the 17th manager to adopt the 3 at the back. Do you know what I mean? 17th manager. Yeah, come on, even fucking matey boy down at fucking Bournemouth was doing it. Do you know what I mean? What's his name? Eddie Howe. Yeah. Tony Pulis was adopting 3 at the back. Wenger's like, no, I'm sticking to 4. And then towards the end of this year, he's now going back to a 4 because he's realised we can't play a 3 because he's fucking clueless. Yeah, so I'll see this year as, yes, we won a cup and I'm happy we won that cup, but ultimately Arsene Wenger's been confused for 99% of 2017. That's how I see it. And it's sad, man. We should be sitting here talking about how we're en route to a title, or how we can, if we can get through the next 3 fixtures, we'll be right on City's tail and stuff like that. Instead, we're sat here all doom and gloom. Like, when does it end? It ends when he says it ends. Do you know what I mean? And it should never be like that, man. Only football club in the world that he decides, the manager decides when he leaves. And it's a bit depressing. But I said to a mate of mine yesterday when we were driving down to the game, I said, when we see the team, we were actually like, oh, okay, he's playing 3 at the back then, yeah? Like, is he confused? And I said to him, when he played 4 the other day, do you know what I mean? It's like 1 week is 4, which is good, I suppose. He can adapt, right? But
yes, that's what he should be doing.
But
adapt.
I was just going to say horses for courses, but
yeah, but I did say to that guy,
with Wenger, stallions for unicorns,
I was like, listen, what we've got to do between now and when he actually fucks off, right, is just accept we're shit and just make the most of every away trip we go on. Yeah, try and get the atmosphere going and try and be part of that. Yeah, and the home games, you know, we're half decent at home, so let's enjoy the wins. But when the losses are coming, we sort of expect it. Do you know what I mean? So and that's how it is at the minute. You know.
Mm. How about you, Ola? How do you
Yeah.
see 2017?
I mean, 2017. I'm gonna echo the boys. It's been bad. You know, Colin even said it's been a failure, and I mean,
Colin's
failure with
never
a capital.
happy.
I mean,
I said it because he hates
Big
it. I
up
said
Colin, by the way. Big
F.
up Colin.
I love Colin.
It's been a bad year for us. The board, I mean, the AGM was a fucking disgrace. The way you know, shareholders, people that the club actually means something to the fans, the way they were being treated, it's been an absolute disgrace. I mean, 2017. Yeah, we won the cup, like Lee said. It's probably one of the only highlights. But for me, it's the time that you'd remember that the fans are actually redundant to accepting and strung down into accepting mediocrity. I mean, at the fullest, because when you see what's happening at the club, you know, it's just bad, because you look at the people that we've brought in. We brought in Lacazette, and we still made a fucking profit. How does that fucking work out? With, you know, our business in the window, it's ridiculous. We brought in Kolasinac in January on a free, so we didn't spend no money on him. Yeah, and that was in January, right? We brought him in, signed him. He came in the summer, but we didn't pay no money for him. We brought in Lacazette, and we thought, yeah, we've been, you know, we're going to move forward there and bring in everybody, all the players that's actually going to make Lacazette tick and fit into the team. But what did we do? We stopped right there. We didn't do that. Just reminded me of the season where we just signed Czech, because it makes you think, yeah, we're actually going to go and do something, and then you stop right there, and that's fraudulency at the highest degree. I mean, 419, and you know what I'm talking about, Kenny. You know what I'm talking about.
Hey, so
Proper 419
Chris,
business going on there, man.
Hey, can I just say something? No, you realise, right? Yeah, I'm Nigerian to support Arsenal. Everyone thinks that there's only one Nigerian who supports Arsenal. Me. I'm Nigerian. Did you know that?
This is what I'm trying to say.
Got the accent.
Kenny knows what I'm talking about when I say 419. You know what I mean? We've been ripped off. They got the ticket. They got ticket season renewals. They got all the money in, and then they stopped right there. I mean, you know, we flogged.
You leave their business with Nigerians. It's a straight question. It's not rhetorical. It's a straight question. You do business with Nigerian.
What would I do business with Nigeria?
So much to say. But now he's quiet.
Do you know what? I was watching Kelechi's Instagram story the other day. Man had 2 iPhones robbed in the same day, man. Yeah?
Oh, God.
Like, nah, man. I would be keeping my money in my pocket, bruv.
I'm also Nigerian, and I would tell you, keep your money in your pocket.
I'm fucking. All right, listen. I've got my
Keep your money in your pocket.
No, trust me. You know, it was 419 at the highest level, and going round the back to override the board, because obviously we saw that the board was fractured. Some wanted Wenger to stay, some didn't want him to stay. So you know, there's a lot of madness that went on in 2017 that it just ruined the whole of the year. I suppose Giroud getting the Puskas Award for that goal he scored in January class could go right up there with the FA Cup. But other than that, you know, it's been a shit year for football.
If you're an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, as an Arsenal fan, and you know, I don't know how much worse it's got to get. I mean, somebody was asking earlier on, would you accept 6th place if Wenger went? And I said, look, this is the actual problem.
I'd accept 17th if he went.
This is the problem. This is the problem that we face as fans, because we're accepting that whether Wenger is there or not, it really shouldn't be like that, you know. And it's been a bad year of football. It's a failure for me, and can it get worse? It probably could, but I just want a better 2018, man, and that should start with Wenger leaving this football club. You know, that's how I see it.
I think, and I suppose to answer my own question, I 100% agree with what KennyKen said about the fact that I just felt like it was the most selfish decision, not only to sign that contract, but to do what he did, keeping everybody almost at bated breath to see whether he would sign the damn thing. Then he signs the thing. After we failed to reach our objectives.
That's from somebody that says he loves this football club as well, Chris.
Yeah, and to me, I just felt it was the most selfish, one-sided decision. That what he should have said to himself is really take a step back. I'm not saying, oh, well, you know, I still have it in me to take this team forward. To say to them, listen, I brought these players together. Maybe it would be of benefit to them if somebody else was to take the forefront. Or if you're going to stay, and believe me, I didn't want that to happen either, tell at least the damn players so they can focus on the job at hand. And that was the thing that pissed me off so much about last season. Because everyone was clueless. So now you can't blame Ozil and Sanchez, really, for doing the exact same flipping thing. Seeing what their options are before they eventually leave. And this is my frustration with our situation. We have a manager who makes his own destiny. And I've never seen a situation like that, apart from in our club. But I guess to answer my video title, do I see hope? I see glimpses of hope. We brought in a head of recruitment. We brought in, you know, people that will be able to head of scouting or whatever. We brought in people that maybe if this old man decides finally to leave this job, that maybe we have something in place that can take the club forward. But who knows? Maybe I'm living in a dream world. But let's focus on the players before wrapping things up here. So I know that a lot of people have gone through all the players and have rated them. For me, I usually do that at the end of the year. So what I'm going to ask all of you guys to go do is pick your 3 players that have either excelled, impressed, or have hoped for, and 3 players that have disappointed you this year in 2017. Take that away first.
Oh, is it me?
Ola.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I'm gonna start saying names first.
No, you just cut out there for me. For me, Monreal has been the standout player for me this season. He's been absolutely incredible. Is, you know, consistent. You get 6, 7 out of 10 every time from this guy. Blocks the crosses, works hard. He's been pulled from pillar to post, playing on wing back, playing in a back three, going to left back. I mean, even chimes in with goals whenever he can. But ultimately, for me, you know, he's been the stand-up player for me this season. Going into the next player, I think the player that I have the most hope for has got to be Maitland-Niles. He's been very impressive in a lot of the fixtures that I've seen him do. I mean, come into. You know, let's hope the career killer don't end up murdering the boys' career, because you know, if we let Wenger have his way with this guy, Maitland-Niles might not last. It might end up like Eboue and all the other guys, Kokola, all the other guys that's come out of the academy. So, you know, I hope Maitland-Niles actually pushes on in his career and make a good career for himself with the Arsenal team. And lastly, I would say the guy that I'm most looking forward to going forward has to be Lacazette. This guy has got everything. Right now, I still don't think he's being utilized properly. I still don't think the team is reading him as well as they should. The amount of runs that he makes, selfless runs, he actually works back, goes back, tries to tackle, puts the work in. So since it's coming into the summer, I mean, in summer, I think he's been outstanding up until yesterday. He was the top goal scorer in the team, and Alexis has only just got joints with him. So for me, moving forward, Lacazette is definitely the guy that I'm looking forward to say, especially if you go out and get the players that will actually play for Lacazette, because right now we've got one or two players that's not really playing for him. He's around them, but they're not really playing for him. Lacazette's playing for them because he's assisting goals in that for these guys. But are they playing for Lacazette? I don't really think so. And that's why, I think we need to go out there and do the business and get the right personnel in for him to actually excel at this football club. So those are my three mentions.
And then your three disappointments, very quickly.
I had high hopes for Xhaka. Xhaka tops that list. I mean, I saw a stat today, and this goes down to Wenger, laying this at Wenger's doorstep again. Xhaka has had the longest appearance in the Premier League. 33 straight appearances without being dropped, whether you play crap or not. I mean, what kind of management is, So Xhaka tops my list on there. It's been so disappointing. Some of the football errors that he makes, it's not something that, again, it's not all his fault because he keeps getting picked. The same thing Lee said about, Wenger and Alexis earlier on. So he keeps getting picked. Sometimes you have to drop a player to invigorate his desire to do well in the team. But if you're not being accountable for your fuck-ups, then how are you gonna actually progress as a player? So Xhaka's there. I would say Koscielny. I've been very, very disappointed in him. For me, I think I'll say right now it's finished. I've said it before. I think a lot of the panelists, if not all of you, agree with me. Is done. We need to. Virgil van Dijk going to Liverpool is a kick in the teeth. Cause really and truly, he's somebody that we should be competing to get. We're not even in for this guy, and we're depending on someone like Koscielny. So Koscielny is another one, and I would say Welbeck. I had high hopes for this boy signing. Yeah, he's been plagued with injuries, but come on, man. That goal that Mustafi scored yesterday. I said yesterday, if that was Welbeck, it would scramble it like a scrambled egg. Trust me, it will find a way to scramble up that blood clot goal there. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The way that he needs to sort out his composure in front of. You've been at the club a couple of years now. You played on the first, and he's a big game player. But come on, when you get in front of goal, compose yourself. And that is if Welbeck could finish and compose himself in front of goal with all the other attributes he's got, it would be right there. But he can't. And I've been disappointed in him whenever he's put on the Arsenal shirt, and he really needs to improve that. So yeah, those are my three disappointments there.
KennyKen, what would be, first of all, your three? So the player that's impressed you the most, the player with most promise, and the player you're looking forward to in 2018, and then your three disappointments of this year.
Nacho Monreal, for me, is like my man. Like I said, he's been our best player for the last couple of years. Consistent in every game he's played. Mm-hmm. Even when he plays out of position, centre half, he has done himself a lot of justice. And when he plays in the free, he's been fantastic. What he does as well is that he's a calming influence, and he shows leadership, and he applies through games. Like I said, I know Maitland-Niles benefits a lot from having Laksha Monreal alongside him, especially when they play a back four.
Yeah,
and Maitland-Niles was playing on a left back. He's got Laksha Monreal talking through the games, encouraging him, not playing, but encouraging him, talking through him, and that's who I'm very impressed with. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with this, and I fully respect your opinions, all of you, Lee, and I know, but my man Petr Cech. I know people are going to say, I know he's finished, the footwork isn't there, and Chelsea. But for me, the good still outweighs the bad. Right, he's still keeping us in games. I know he made a mistake against Liverpool, but if it wasn't for Petr Cech, would have Liverpool been out of sight. 2017, him and Monreal have shown leadership, and they've been my shining lights. For again is Alexander Lacazette. We've got gold bullion in our hands.
Yeah,
gold. We've got a top striker who we don't know how to utilise.
Yeah,
Arsene Wenger needs to find a way of utilising him. Now, I suspect because Ozil, especially Alexis, the leader of the teams, that the plays channel through them. Respect for that. They've earned the Spurs. They've been there and done it for the football club, or especially Alexis. I understand that, but you don't buy an asset like that and not have to use it. You've got to build a team around him. So my hopes for 2017-18 is that the team's built around, like I said. The players who've disappointed me, I'm afraid Granit Xhaka has not been the player I thought he was.
Yeah,
he's still got a lot of potential. I won't give up on him. I understand why he's not playing because I think what it is that in a back four, I think Granit Xhaka's caught between two stools rather than he doesn't know whether to be a deep line midfielder, which we bought him for, or whether to hold or not. I think he plays better football when we play a back five because he gets the protection.
Yeah.
But what's that too hard? He's trying to play the straight passes. He's not keeping it simple. He's well intentioned, trying to make attacks. But what's happened is that opposition now have identified him as a weakness because in terms of he likes holding the ball.
His decision making is poor.
So what's happening is that exactly. If you're a holding midfielder, all you've got to do is sit on him.
Yeah.
And he's slow. Yeah. And what happens is he slows down our play. So better teams are going to think, right, Xhaka. Second one, I have to say Alexis Sanchez. But it's extenuating circumstances. I think, whether we like it or not, Alexis Sanchez is a human being. In any walk of life, if you're not happy in your job and you're unacceptable, it affects your football. And that's what happened with Alexis. The speculation regarding whether he wants to go to Man City, the move has fallen through, so it's affected his job. And I'll say the same thing with Chile not getting the World Cup. That has affected his appearances. So in that respect, what frustrates me about Alexis Sanchez and why I said he was playing for himself is because everyone knows in any walk of life, cricket and football, if you're going through a bad form in a bad period, you've got to keep it simple and do the things you're good at. But what a lot of people do, especially footballers, mistake for their bad form. So what they do is they try to do too much. He goes into midfield and clocks it up. So by trying to play himself into form, to worse. And what he's doing is giving away the ball.
Yeah.
And that is putting us in precarious positions.
Yeah.
And that's why, for me, he's the one that frustrates me a lot. But there are extenuating circumstances. I'm a massive fan of him, but I would like to be sold for reasons. And I think that what's happened is that he's left the club. The other one who's given me nothing but is Theo Walcott. Theo Walcott as a person. It's not about Theo as a person.
Yeah.
It's the fact that Theo Walcott has, in the games he's played, he's never made Arsene have an option in terms of forcing himself in that first team. He's done okay in the Europa League, fair enough. But in terms of performances in other games like the Carabao Cup, I'm sorry, for a player on your wages in terms of 140,000 a week, you should be doing a lot more than trying to force yourself in the first team. You should be doing better than that. Fans shouldn't be singing. Football fans should not be singing for Eddie Nketiah, and we should not be singing for Reece Nelson. For for you to let you get yourself in that situation where fans prefer those guys in front of you is shameful on your part.
Yeah.
You should be doing a lot more. Now, I don't know whether there's been a conversation with yourself and Arsene Wenger where Arsene Wenger's told him he's not part of the plans. And they've had that honest conversation. I like to think that Arsenal has had that conversation. Even so, you should be forcing yourself in that team. And for you to just be that far away from the first team, it's a shame.
It does seem that way, doesn't it? Because he's not even getting featured. He's not even coming up for subs now, which
he's
is
not
like
doing enough to do it.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's a fair point. All right, Mr. Gunner, tell me, who are your best players at the moment, your player of promise, and the player you're most looking forward to next season, and your three, I know you're going to say the whole team, 3 disappointments.
Mate, I could list 12 disappointments.
I know.
Right, my player of promise for next season, Maitland-Niles.
Yeah. Okay.
I just hope that Arsene Wenger doesn't turn him into another Oxlade-Chamberlain, playing him here, there, and fucking everywhere other than his actual position. I don't want to see him personally play at left back or left wing back. I got mugged off so much in my comments on my videos. Yeah, I said that he played really well and he kept Salah quiet for Liverpool. Yeah, in the Liverpool game, people go, "Now Salah scored and got an assist." Yeah, mate, this is the top scorer in the Premier fucking League, and this kid kept him quiet. Yeah, I was there. I watched the game. I was like 10 foot away from him. He kept him quiet. Yeah, what game do these people watch? Yeah, yes, he scored, but the goal was Koscielny's fault, not his fault. So
it's the voice that you do to describe these people. I love.
Yeah, in the Europa League, I think he's been fantastic at left back, but I don't want to see him play at left back. I want to see him play in central midfield, and I think that he would do better than Xhaka in central midfield because I think he's got more of an engine about him. I've seen Milk turn quicker than fucking Xhaka. Yeah, and Maitland-Niles would and Maitland-Niles would be able to.
Did you still know?
Well, yeah. Yeah. It's time to go.
Hey, guys, hold that thought.
It's time to go. Christmas was abandoned, mate. It was abandoned. Yeah, fucking big up Claude if you're watching.
Fucking
big up Claude.
But yeah, I think we see enough in the Liverpool game where he went on that mazy run. Yeah, that I think he could be a box-to-box midfielder quite comfortably, which is his actual fucking position. So. I just hope that the light bulb turns on with Wenger, and that's where he plays him. What else did you want me to list? That was my player for the future.
Your favorite player this year?
What, calendar year or this season?
Calendar year.
Calendar year. Fucking hell.
That's why I asked it because I knew it'd be hard.
It's a tough one, right? And
Ola and KennyKen had it ready.
Yeah, it's hard to look past Monreal, though.
Yeah, see, Monreal's probably been our most consistent player since he joined. Yeah. But Alexis Sanchez
is still your favourite player this year.
He scored the winner in the semi. Yeah, although Monreal scored the first one, which got us back in the game. It's a tough one, man. It's between them two. Can I not Can I not tie it with both of them? Let me see.
Actually make a decision, man.
Right, okay. I'm going to go with Sanchez based on the fact that I just love him to bits.
At least you're honest.
And he's a winner, and he's clearly Wenger out. So
I'm coming for your dog as well, Lee, mate.
I ain't got a dog, luckily. I could barely look after myself, bro. Yeah.
And the player that you're most looking forward to next year?
I thought I just did that with Maitland-Niles.
No, that was player promise.
Oh, okay, promise. Okay, so the player I'm most looking forward to seeing next season.
Yeah.
Can I not list
not next season, next year.
Can I not list a manager?
Go ahead. Different.
player I'm most looking forward to next year is hopefully Lacazette. Although I was going to pick Reece Nelson, but he seems to have been phased out a little bit, man. So I'm a little bit gutted about him. But Lacazette. The thing is, like the other guys have said, if we actually play to Lacazette's strengths, it always pisses me off because when Giroud's on the pitch, we play to feet. And when Lacazette's on the pitch, we try crossing.
Crossing the ball.
Yeah. It's like fucking backwards mentality, but his movement, the way he links up play, and I can see when I go and I watch him, Kenny, you've probably seen this, Ola as well, yeah? And you, Chris, right? You've probably all seen it. There's been instances where he's made a run off the ball, and you can't always see it when you're on TV, but fucking...
When you watch it live, he's so drained.
He makes a run off the ball, and then Xhaka goes and passes it sideways to Ramsey. And then Lacazette's like, what the fuck are you doing? And his arms are going past the ball. And then the next time Xhaka gets the ball, he'll spoon it into Rowe's head. It's like... So hopefully we can build a proper fucking unit around Lacazette, because I can see this guy getting fucking royally pissed off if he keeps getting substituted for a start. And if we don't build something around him that gets him, listen, let's have it right, he should be top scorer in the Premier League. That's how I'm looking at it. He hasn't played anywhere. He hasn't played anywhere near enough minutes. And he's on par with Lukaku. He's not far behind Salah. I know Salah scored a lot of goals, but he ain't a million miles away for the amount of minutes he's played. Salah's played every fucking minute of every game. So like, I'd like to think that if he had played all them minutes, then he'd be right on the coattails. Do you know what I mean? But what are we going into now? The three dickheads of the season.
Yeah, this will be interesting. Go on. No doubt. The guy, what's his name? Guna Till I Die 19 will be eagerly.
I love him, man. Big up my boy Zach.
My gosh. He is militant, but shout out to him.
Yeah, man. He's watching as well, so big up to him.
I know he's watching. Shout out to him. But who are your three? Go on.
The first dickhead, is it only players, or can we go further than that? It's players, isn't it? Listen, players. Okay. Right. First player is Koscielny. Yeah? Man can't boss his missus in the sheets, let alone boss anyone on the pitch. The guy is dead. He's done. He's finished. He's been finished for 3 seasons. But we like to big up our players and call him the boss. Man's a flop. The last 3 years he's been bang average. But because the rest of them around him have been even worse, he's looked good.
Yes.
Now we've got Mustafi in there. It's highlighted how shit Koscielny actually is. Because Mustafi is such a better defender. Although the one thing I will say is both of them do love to fucking do a slide tackle.
Slide tackle.
Mustafi done it twice.
Clumsy as fuck.
Mustafi done it yesterday in the first half against Zaha. And I was like, fucking hell, got away with that. And then second half, it was 3-1 and he just went fucking sliding in, man, in the box. I was like, what are you doing? But Koscielny, done, get rid. Just fuck him off. Listen, we've got Callum Chambers, we've got Rob Holding. Monreal's proving half decent at centre back. Rob Holding and Callum Chambers are supposedly the future of the club, hence why we signed them. Let's phase Koscielny out. Mustafi needs a solid partner. So for me, Callum Chambers or Rob Holding have got to start every game.
I thought Callum did well yesterday.
I thought he was good. He was good. But let's be real, they were 16th in the league. I think they're still 16th in the league. Yes, they've got tricky players.
He left him out to dry yesterday, man.
He did.
He was horrible.
See, the thing is, they've got tricky players, but they're tricky players on the wing. So Callum Chambers, all he had to do was just win headers against Benteke. Because Benteke's not going to outskill him. He's not going to spin him and burst past him. So I thought Callum Chambers did well yesterday. I do. And I think that him and Mustafi with Monreal should be the future. For now. And then I think...
Monreal's 32. Just saying.
That's what I was just about to say. Look, we should have been in for Van Dijk, mate. The amount of money we spunked on Xhaka. £35 million there. That pays half of the fee. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Adding Chambers, for example, at 16 million, who hardly ever plays a game. Yeah, there's now 50 million of your 75. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, why aren't we in for him? But that's a whole another debate. Second dickhead of the season, Hector fucking I'm an Instagram model Bellerin. The Spanish Justin Hoyt. Yeah. The Spanish Justin Hoyt.
I like that.
As soon as this dickhead grew hair, he started getting shit. Yeah. Like, let's be real. Right? He's a pace merchant that's got no technical ability. Yeah. He can't defend. Yeah, I was watching him in the warm-up before the game. He was right in front of me. He was like 5 foot away, yeah? And he was just standing there. Right, I swear, in the warm-up, he was... I swear, right? He was 5 foot away from me in the warm-up, yeah? And he was whipping cross after cross straight in, and the strikers are volleying him straight in, yeah? It's all well and good doing that with no pressure, yeah? But actually, live in a game, when you've got a fucking left-back coming out towards you, yeah, or a left midfielder trying to close you down or chasing back on you, man flops every time, mate. It's in row Z, yeah. And the one thing that pisses me off with him is he's got all the pace in the world. Yeah, he goes bombing down the wing, stops, and passes sideways. Why not take your man on? Yeah, the amount of times if he took his man on, maybe edge into the box taking his man on, he could win penalties, free kicks, corners. He don't do it. Yeah, is that Arsene telling him not to do that? Or is that him thinking, shit, I'm not very good at crossing? Either way, dickhead, get out, man. Go Barcelona, bruv. You're done.
Okay. Your third one?
Third dickhead of the season. Oh, man. It's a tough one because there's so many dickheads.
Man. No, your third.
There's so many dickheads, man. It's hard to pick. I don't know, man. There's 3 I could pick. I'm gonna. What do I do? Granit Xhaka, man. Granit Xhaka.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got this guy on the back of your shirt, man.
Yeah, do you know?
Give
Do you
it
know what?
Give it up.
I'll tell you why I got him on the back of the shirt. Yeah, my best mate's Albanian, isn't it? Yeah, right? Yeah. Like a couple of my mates, they're all Albanians and that. Yeah, and they were like, "Oh, he's Albanian. He's Albanian." I was like, "Well, why do you do a Judas and play for Switzerland then?" You know what I mean? Yeah. So I was like, "All right, we'll get Xhaka on the back." Yeah. No disrespect to any Swiss out there and all that, right? But so I was like, all right, cool, because they're my boys. I was like, Xhaka on the back. Fucking hell, man. I'm going to burn the shirt by the end of the season. But, mate, this guy is an absolute liability. Yeah, but having said that, I think that's down to the manager, again, not dropping him when he has been totally dog shit. Same with Sanchez. And I think it's the fact that somebody like Xhaka isn't a defensive midfielder. Yeah, he's a deep lying midfielder, a Xavi Alonso type player. He's not a defensive Coquelin type player. He needs a Coquelin next to him. Yeah, and we ain't going to do that. We ain't going to play a Xhaka, Ramsey, and Coquelin, or a Xhaka, Ozil, and Coquelin. We ain't going to do that. Yeah, we're never going to do that. Yeah, so I don't think the system we play suits him, but at the same time, that's no fucking excuse to be passing the ball to the opposition and letting them go clean through. Yeah, that's no excuse to be not even fucking arsed up at Anfield. Yeah, not even arsed at Stoke. Yeah, not even arsed at fucking Man City and all the other fucking places we've been spanked. Yeah, he's been a liability, man. And barring the odd couple of fucking screamers, yeah, he's been fucking nowhere near 35 million pounds.
That's right from the beginning of the season against Leicester.
Yeah, first game.
First game of the season.
Yeah. First game. Two he gifted in that game.
Fucking hell.
Then against Liverpool.
Then Stoke.
Yeah, fucking. I mean, listen, he gets a pass because he scored against Forest. Who gives a fuck? Yeah, he gets a pass because he scored a goal straight at fucking Mignolet the other day. Yeah, man had butter on his fingers. Yeah, fucking. He's shit. Listen, he's shit, but because of the system, it makes him look even shitter. Yeah. I don't. He's not a 35 million pound footballer, mate. 20 million tops.
Yeah, you've been generous there, man.
If you give me a choice between him and Adam Lallana, yeah, I know they're different positions. I'll take Adam Lallana, and I think he's fucking wank. I think he is wank. Yeah. Yeah, Henderson, another one. Yeah, Henderson. I'd swap him for Henderson now. That's how bad it is.
my three, just to quickly race through before we wrap things up, is my promising guy would be Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Merely for everything you just said about Xhaka, I think Ainsley potentially could be our answer there, but for whatever reason, maybe because he's not 6 foot whatever, Ranger's not looking at him in that middle position. He thinks he's a better winner back, and everyone's just looking at him thinking, what are you doing? Clearly the kid has it. Why did you try him? Can he be any worse than what we have right now? So that to me would be our most promising player. My favourite player of 2017 is Monreal. For me, it's not even a debate. I can count on one hand the amount of bad performances he's had this year. And that's how good he's been. Playing out of position, mind you, because that seems to be Wenger's philosophy these days. You know what? You're a left back. I'm going to play you up front. What? So that's just the kind of thing he's doing. But Monreal's made that work. So Monreal, for me, is my favourite player at the moment. And much like you guys, I can't look past him. It's Lacazette. Because I know what he could be. And if we can just get our shit, if we can get our ducks in a row, we know what this guy can turn into. I just hope the old man goes and we can get a manager who can recognise that and build the team around Lacazette. Because going forward, that's what we have to do. We have to build the team around Lacazette for us to get the best out of it. My 3 West players, again, very quickly, it would be Koscielny because he's supposed to be the captain. He's supposed to be the leader of this. Forget Mertesacker. I know on paper it's Mertesacker. It's Koscielny. And yet you never feel it's Koscielny. On the pitch, you feel like he is one of the 2 people that's most likely to fuck up when it comes to us losing a game. So that would be my number 1. Number 2, Hector Bellerin. This man is 22 years old. He replaced Debussy because we were under the impression that this player was going to be this brilliant, blossoming player. And all I see is an athlete. That's it. To me, he's no better than Theo. Let's be honest. He's younger and he's Spanish. That's the only reason people haven't completely written him off. What is the difference? Really? They both can't cross. Both of their decision-making is god-awful. They both are unintelligent footballers. They are just shells of players. They are athletes. That's it. He's more worried about Instagram modeling, trying to get himself a magazine deal or whatever the hell he's doing than playing football.
He's pulled a few tricks off of there, though.
I ain't got good for him. It's not doing us any flipping favors.
He's getting laid. He's getting paid.
He's probably getting laid, but he's probably getting girls, but he ain't doing us any favors. and then Granit Xhaka, you guys know how disappointed I was to learn that we spent more money on this guy than we could have got Kante. And I don't care what Chelsea fan wants to come on here and say, Kante weren't going to. Kante came out 2 weeks after he signed for Chelsea and said he thought he was going to Arsenal. And I ain't going to lie, I almost cried when I read that. I was like, you can't be fucking serious. So we missed out on this guy to get this guy. Hopefully he's going to be good. He's going to do something. And he scored a couple of screamers and people were planning to write over their mortgages to him. Is he that good? What is he that good? Because to me, he doesn't get the ball out of his feet quick enough. His range of passing can be good on occasion. His decision making is the worst in the team. I don't care what anyone says. His read of the game is poor. Yet he is the man who's supposed to read the game the best. So to me, I've all but given up on Xhaka. Would I sell him? I don't know, because you make a fair point. Could probably get more out of him, but would that more be good enough? I'm not sure. Because to me, if you had to ask me right now, who would I start for West Brom, Xhaka or El Nene? I'm picking El Nene every time.
All day long.
And
All
people
day long.
never look at Elneny.
Most underrated fucking footballer at this club, mate.
Never look at Elneny. And I pick Elneny every time. He's got a good range of pass, but people forget that. He's got a decent shot, all right. I will grant you, not as powerful as Xhaka's, but he's got a good shot in him. But people forget all this. So to me, that would be that is my opinion on my three disappointments. I know we got to go and wrap things up, so I'm going to quickly say on behalf of the show that I hope Arsenal Football Club do something for Emmanuel Eboue. I read that story yesterday and I was really disappointed that are offering him something, but Arsenal Football Club are not offering him anything. That doesn't seem right to me. So I hope Arsenal are doing something that we're not aware of.
So sorry, just to cut in, right? Yeah, I think it's bad what's happened to Eboue, right? And I'm going to go the complete opposite way. I have to say this, right? To have your missus, your ex-missus, get 100% of the assets.
That seems nuts.
Right? You have got to have done some seriously fucked up shit, for that to happen, right? The fact that he's only got one friend, whose fucking sofa he's sleeping on, you have got to have done some fucked up shit to only have one friend in your life, Trust me, there is more in that story than meets the eye, mate. More in that story.
You know the guy from the guy you did the podcast with Rodri Giggs.
Rodri. He's a good lad.
But the other guy who presents it, he's been asking some really questions, right?
Oh, Stell
has been asking, and he's been really articulate with it, and he keeps on opening and tying a knot. So I'm thinking, I thought the same thing, but you're not. I didn't want to say that because the guy's in his teeth. But
it's true, though.
One thing I would say shortly. One thing about footballers right now is that what kills footballers and any rich man, the word divorce. When you're earning your money, your wife, put up with affairs with prostitutes, put up with affairs with teenage models, put up with
French rappers.
French rappers. But when you stop earning, that's when they'll get their revenge. Because when you need them the most, when no one loves you no more. And there's a guy from Croxteth in Liverpool. I promise you, his wife is just counting the days till he retires, and then she's gonna right every wrong that man has done to her. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Mr. Fucking
Word.
Rooney.
Word.
Yes.
Word. Well, no,
to be fair, he's been punching for the last 15, 20 years, hasn't he?
Well, she's going on with painting herself.
Look at me. I was trying to dish out. These guys are like, I don't know. There's some suspicious shit going on back there. So anyway, I would reiterate, I hope the club reach out to him at the very least.
Wenger's too reaching out to nobody, man. You know what I mean?
Right, and I hope all the fans that booed Eboue, that time at the game, they can all go fuck themselves if they're fucking trying to give it the sympathy one, They fucking booed him. Made the man cry after the game. Wankers.
Right, I want
quickly, Chig, man. Chig, before you, can I quickly ask a quick question? Yeah.
Quick question.
What's been your favorite goal in 2017 or this season, as you say, and your most embarrassing moment in which we consider the goal?
The third goal against Palace last season.
Yeah, that was horrible.
And for me, my favourite goal was the Jury Scorpion kick.
So it's all involving Palace.
Even if I wasn't an Arsenal fan, I still love it.
Yeah, that was cracking. That was a cracking moment. Lee?
The most embarrassing moment was when the 10th one on aggregate went in against Bayern Munich. Another one. When Cos the fucking boss was on the fucking pitch. Fuck off, man. This is the same people that say, Mustafi and Koscielny didn't concede a goal. Fuck off. Yeah, dickheads. Didn't lose a game for 15 games. Yeah, they've lost fucking shitloads this season.
Serious.
And the best goal this season, fucking hell, that's a good question, man. The obvious answer is Giroud, but no, that's not the best goal. It probably is the best, but it's not my most favourite. I'd say Monreal against Man City in the cup final at Wembley. It was like a prime Roberto Carlos running in at the back stick, wasn't he? Fucking, and that got us right back in it when I thought we were dead and buried.
Yeah, man. Kenny?
Most embarrassing moment was the performance in the last North London derby at White Hart Lane. Pathetic. The whole thing was pathetic. The way we just let Tottenham bully us and beat us around the pitch. Embarrassing. Didn't even give them a game. It was 2-0 thrashing. Believe it or not, in terms of how it affected me, was Aaron Ramsey's winner in the FA Cup final against Chelsea.
Okay.
Told you, legend, mate, legend.
And what's that? Wrong place. Like I said, winning a cup final is it's the best day out ever. And I think, Lee, you're testing that. Only you were there.
Yeah.
You were there as well. It's that. It's the whole day out, meeting friends, having a laugh, having a meal, having a few beers, and then what caps it off is grabbing random people when you score. People, I am sitting next to a couple of people with friends, with trolls. People troll me. But I still got them in a bed. And that's how football does to you.
Kenny, the buzz on cup. Ola, you know this as well, yeah. The buzz on cup final day. Do you remember when we were in the? I know you want to wrap this up, Chris, right? Yeah, but when we were in the little fan zone bit. Yeah, and that fucking open top Chelsea bus kept coming around giving it celery. They were getting fucking abused, man. They were getting a little open top bus riding round our fucking fan park bit. But no, man, that's up there, Kenny, man. That goal, man, so quickly after they scored as well was like that just killed them off. And yeah, that was an easy one to pick, to be honest. That's why I went with Monreal, but Ramsey's one was a close second, man.
Yeah, man. The Ramsey's one has got a top it for me in the Wembley final against Chelsea when no one gave us a chance. Giroud coming up with that assist.
Great assist.
It was a great cross to him. It was just mad when the ball went into the net. And the most embarrassing moment for me this year as an Arsenal fan was when Coquelin bounced off the back of Hazard.
Eden Hazard.
Oh my God! And Hazard fucking done. I mean, how do you bounce off the back of someone
that is up there.
that?
That was really.
Rumor has it he's still spinning now, bruv.
Every time I think back to that goal, it's the worst. Probably I had my head in my hand. That was horrible.
He was ready to shoot Alexis's dogs and everything. Do you know what I mean?
I was ready to murder everything. It's crazy. But yeah, that's my most embarrassing moment this season. And Liverpool first game of the season was it's probably a close second to that. Yeah, that's I got a load of Liverpool mates, man. It's horrible.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
me too. Now, before I go, let me get one name from you that you would like to see Wenger sign. Just one. So let's be honest, as Wenger will probably only sign one player.
Realistic or fantasy? Ideally, and not Van Dijk. Someone available now.
No. Okay, can I go first? Can I go first?
Go on.
Because I've got my name, Carlo Ancelotti. He's available now. Yeah,
I knew it would be a manager. I knew it would be.
Yeah, Wenger can sign him right now.
All right. Ola?
It's got to be Fekir. We need somebody to play around Lacazette and bring the best out of Lacazette. For me, it's realistic. Is ideal. We can't get him if we go for it. So I don't see no reason why we shouldn't go balls deep and get that guy at the club. So yeah, it'll be Fekir for me.
Incidentally, mine's also Fekir. KennyKen?
Third time lucky, Lamar. Third time lucky.
Lee knows I love Lamar too, so
Third time lucky.
that would be my ideal too. All right. Thank you to everybody that's been watching. Please do absolutely crush and destroy that like button for me, and hit that subscribe button. But before we go, Ola, do you want to let the people know where they can find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at BlackScorpion3. I'm always on there chiming in on the games and, you know, putting the word out, joining podcasting, and then, you know, come on there if you love to talk about Arsenal. Basically, it's mainly Arsenal Twitter line. So yeah, come on there and follow us.
Yeah. KennyKen, do you want to let the people know where they can find you?
Yeah, you can find me on KennyKen on Twitter. I love talking about football, especially Arsenal. I might get a bit tricky. And if you actually want to physically find me, you can come to Ian Dale's Big Boys Gym in Archway, because I want to be able to lift 170 kilograms of bench press, and I need a spot. Come and find me. Come to Ian Dale's gym every Tuesday. Well, I need a spot desperately to break the record. My chest is too small.
Only KennyKen will tell you exactly where he's going to be at a given time. Oh, gosh. And also, incidentally, if you want to talk to KennyKen about boxing, he's also your go-to guy. Trust me. He gets into some serious conversations with people.
Boxing.
Yeah, boxing, yeah. And
I love boxing.
I love boxing as well, man. Boxing is my second love. And also, Mr. Gunner. As if the people don't know where they can find you already, but
well, if they don't, I won't be at the gym. I'm about 68 kilos dripping wet.
KennyKen bench presses you, basically.
Kenny can bench press me with one hand. You know what I mean? It's nothing. Man's my. Why do you think I meet up with him at games? He's my fucking bodyguard for all the Twitter haters.
There's a big queue. There's a big queue with the people who've hired me as their bodyguards from.
There's a fucking big queue of haters. That's why. Yeah, I'll start off with Instagram. I don't plug this enough, man. Lee Gunner82 on Instagram, Lee Gunner82 on Twitter, Gunnerbang on YouTube. Peace and love to everyone. Happy New Year to everyone, and thanks for all the support all year from all three of you guys and everyone else watching.
Yes, and I completely echo this sentiments. These three guys have been a massive support of the channel. I've watched it grow and grow. I just passed 1,700 subs, which is great.
Congrats,
in the last couple of days. I just want to keep pushing. My initial target was to get 2,000 by the end of the year. Forget that 2,000. By the end of the season, I want 3,000. So I'm going to keep this thing pushing, right, guys? So the best way of doing that is by spread the word. Hit that subscribe button, crushing that like button. It all helps. I'm going to bring in loads and loads of new content to you in the new year. I want to thank all my guests for joining me, not just for tonight, but every time they join me. I don't ever take it for granted. This is their time at the end of the day, and they don't have to do that. So thank you, Kenny. Thank you, Ola. And thank you, Lee.
Thank you. Thanks for letting me on, man.
Thanks for having us.
Lee, who, let's be honest, with Lee, honestly, I can't tell you how flexible this guy is. He's always WhatsApping me. Do you need me? Cool, I'm there. And honestly, Lee, I really do appreciate it. Thank you, man.
No, that's cool, man. No, I appreciate you having me on, man. Fucking, I never knew you before I fucking met you on Twitter. And now we're best friends.
Sure.
Same.
No, brother from another
all you guys, man. Fucking like,
man.
You know, as much as people slag off Twitter and there's haters on Twitter, there's more lovers than haters, yeah. And all three of you guys.
Where's the badge? And you know the thing is, bad people who've been horrible to me. I've actually met them in person. They're not. For some reason, they'd say, "Look, you can't help yourself." I don't mean
but Kenny, let's be real. Anybody who meets you in person's fucking small, yeah? Do you know what I mean? Like,
exactly. You would be like, oh.
you're like, shit, you're actually that big.
Yeah. All right, guys. We're out of here. So you guys enjoy. Happy New Year to you all. And we'll see you in the new year, no doubt, with more shows. All right, guys? Take care. Peace.
That dog banner down, 2018.
Fucking out.
Banner out 2017.